Hey guys, it's Puwc here with one more video. This time I'll be showing you some tournament replays. The first one being the Puwc World Cup, and the remaining two would be from the Tundra Cup, which is moved on to celebrate the Crown of Tundra DLC that came out recently. So yeah, without further ado, the first game like on your screen is the Puwc World Cup game against Confide. Confide was a Smodron Grand Slam semi-finalist, so I knew this opponent would be a very tough one. He's a very great player and one of the best lower tier players on the site right now. So as for the team, I built my own team. I didn't really scout my opponent, and I wanted to try something that I saw some replays of the Puwc Snake and some things that were very common there. So yeah, like for example, Rune Regress was very common. So was Band-Aid Lipard. So I tried to stick to a standard more rather than trying something crazy. Confide on the other hand did something crazy when he brought a Magmar, which was unseen in PU at the time. And as for my team, I was running a Band Lipard, a defensive throw with the Restock circle throw, a defensive Rune Regress with rocks, spikes and Will-O-Wisp, mixed World Cup Silvery Poison, and fast bulky support in Triagonal, and a defensive Durantis. So especially now at preview, I knew that I did not switch into Magmar at all. I had no fire switch-ins. And actually I did not predict, I don't think any good Firemons were there at the time who would actually threaten me, but Magmar was something else altogether. And I never predicted Magmar to come here and mess me up, so yeah. But yeah, I saw the game. I just let's see what happens. I didn't make any game plan as such, and it's made up as it went along the match. So turn one, I think I lead off with my Triagonal. It had the best lead possible. I didn't think it would lead Magmar. He would either lead his Appleton or his Rune Regress, or even his Carcosta, but I had freeze dry so for all of them, so it was fine. Here I actually predicted him to switch into his Magma on the freeze dry, so I Toxic, but he stayed in to body press me. I took it well. I did not know what was the, I'm forgetting the role on this body press. So I recovered here as a record. Eject back, a Magma came in. Here now I went to the throw. My best switching to this. The damage was not Spunks at all, so it was Scarf. And I didn't know at the time. I was quite really in the zone in the sense I didn't think about the item much at the time. I assumed it was Specs actually. Immediately came out. I knocked off. Then I think I went to my Lurantis. Yeah. On the rocks, and then I doubled into my own Regress on the Magma. Here I was not earthquaking. He was never destroying anyway. I will obviously go into his Appleton. So I set up my rocks. Now this turn was a bad play. I should have gone into my like I said, Cardinal. But I did not know about the body press roll as such. I had no idea at the time what setup was it running or how much defense was it running. So, but at the same time, Lurantis was not the play because I needed it healthy to deal with Carcosta, to deal with Regress, to deal with Kangas Khan. So I got lucky. I was really lucky here with the Draco Miss right here. I think I Synthesis here once, or no, I think I Superpower. Yeah, again, bad play. I should not have stayed in at all. Even after I had missed, he had missed Draco Meteor. I should not have stayed in because if this weekend, then I think I lose to Carcosta on the spot. So yeah. But here I think now because of that miss, I was able to live on 1% and Synthesis. So yeah, this turn mattered for Confide in the game, and which ultimately resulted in my victory. This mon won in the end. So yeah, I send this up, get some health back, and he goes to Mangala. I then go into my Triagonal on the spin. Now, Triagonal actually has great speed F, great base speed F. So I did not think I would have any need to run a max speed F Triagonal for this. But as it turns out, if I had a max speed F Triagonal, I think I lived a Fortress Blast from Mr. Mime. That's so funny. Now here, I did not know the exact set of this Mr. Mime. It could be it was Spin, Fortress Blast, Ice Beam, and Psychic maybe as the last one. So I still went to Runerius to I didn't have Poltergeist actually. I had Rocks, Will-O-Wisp, Earthquake, and Toxic Spikes. So I tried to bluff Poltergeist here and this Earthquake actually. Yeah, it worked out. He went out to the Runerius on the Earthquake and double into Kyrgyzstan as a Will-O-Wisp. Yeah, I was actually very happy with this play. I was sure he would go into either his Kyrgyzstan or Karakosta maybe. So Willow was the better play, and I was happy. I thought that Kyrgyzstan would be no physical attacker and would have been burned very nice for my Runerius. But as it turned out, it was a support set with Toxic, Wish. That Whirlpool also is run on this right now, or something like that. So yeah, actually Wish. I set up my spikes, to poison either Magmar or Runerius or the Karakosta. But I had to now make sure that I keep my Runerius healthy, because Fire Blast was a pain and Runerius was the only one, or Throw was the only one who could take a hit and hit back really hard. So yeah, I had to be careful of this poison right here. He poisoned me as a Willow for some reason, which was I think not what I should have done. I should have. I was a misplay on my part. I was a waste of a turn really, on my end. He went into his got his wish back, and I think I go into here. So yeah, throw the Mr. Mime. Now here again, my friends, my team said after the game that why did you circle throw here? I knew he would rapid spin here. I knew that he would not attack me. So knockoff was the best play possible here, which again on my end was a bad play. So circle throwing was not the great play. If I had knocked off there, it probably died. So yeah, Kyrgyzstan came back out. I circle throw again, I think. No, not off here. Alright, to take the lefties out. Here, I think I knock off again. He rests here, and now I go into my Silverly Poison. Seeing it was an ample opportunity to try and set up a walk up and do some damage. And with just that, I walk up here and just multi-tap. A free turn really. If he went into his Runerius, I would surf it. So yeah. He sacked his Kyrgyzstan here to get some chip off of Seismic Toss. Now here, when we went into Magma, I had the feeling it would be Scarf, because whatever else would you go into it. But I had no switchings. But as good as Silverly was in this game, I had to sack it here to the Psychic. But this allowed me to bring in my Lipard, which of course is immune to it, and a free knockoff, in which case he was forced to sack his Karakosta, for his Runerius, my apologies. Now I went to Karakosta to Stealth Smash. I had a one-time switching in throw, who lived in every one hit, and still throw it right back out, which I did with the circle right here. Out came Mr. Mime. Here I was prepared to stack my throw and get in my Lipard again. If he was sighted, I died, but I lived because of Ice Beam and knocked off, killed it in one hit. Magma came out, I sat it here. Then I went to my Runerius and Earthquake. Yeah. Then I went into my doubled into my Rantis on the Stealth Smash. Now this turn here is why that miss in the earlier game mattered, because I live Ice Beam, but if I was already dead, then this character was the one in the end game. I lived. I think I was just shy of the KO. I was 1% out of the range. So yeah, he fire blast again here. I went to my lap just to have whatever. Kill me. Now I went to my Reels who lived one hit unless I get crit, which I did not. And with an earthquake, I killed Batman one hit, and with that I won the game for my team. We ended up finishing with a tie this week with 4-4 tie, which was nice. A good start to our Puwc campaign. But immediately I did get a bit lucky with the Rantis with the Dreadful miss, which resulted in my victory right here. But nevertheless, I take this win for my team and look forward to the next game or the next week when we play, I believe, US Northwest, if I'm not wrong, or US West, yeah. So yeah, next game was the Tundra Cup round 2. I played Surgery Rules, no, not Surgery Rules, it was Super Gabriel was my name, and Director Devotion or Director Roshan was his PS name. So I built this team myself again. I've been dabbling in my building and trying to improve my building prowess in OU and in any other meta that I play now. So yeah, this team had Assault West, Max Special Attack, Sloking Galar, with Future Sight, Sludge Bomb, Flamethrower, and Scald. I actually look for a post game video, if I'm being honest. Then I have HD3 attacks, Tapu Bulu, mixed defensive speed for Mandibas, a heavy duty boots, Pheromosa with 4 attacks, a speed F Swampert with Ice Beam, Flip Turn, Toxic, and Stealth Rock, and a sub Glare DD, 1000 Arrows, Zigguard. Looking at my opponent's team, I thought that my Future Sight plus Pheromosa would go in really hard. So I lead off with my Swampert to get some rocks up as Uten's turn 1, revealing him to be Scarf. It actually didn't reveal it to be Scarf, but I thought it was Scarf because then the team auto loses to Pheromosa. So yeah, that's why I had a feeling that this would be Scarf rather than Specs or any other below with Specs. So yeah, I Ice Beam on turn 1, predicting U-turn, but also predicting him to go into Landorus. Excuse me, Ice Beam does a lot of damage, and here I can just set up my rocks, I believe. Or did Ice Beam again? Ice Beam again, yeah. Now I set up my rocks, or I flip turn? I can't remember at all. I set up my rocks, yep. And then I think I go into my Bulu to get some offensive pressure on the teleport. Here I stay in, pet him to defog, and just Stone Edge on the defog, killing it in one hit. Which now meant that my Pheromosa was good, very good right now. Melmetal turned out itself to be a sub-toxic variant, which was quite annoying, really. So I go into my Swampert here, as he bashes me. I stack it to get my rocks up for the other mons and again on my opponent's team. As they try to kill me, I then go into my Zigguard. Oh, spoken first. Yeah, I flamethrower here. I flamethrower here to beat the sub. Then I go into my Zigguard. As he bashes, now I think 1000 arrows. Yeah. As he subbed again, I subbed on his expected toxic here. And threw off 1000 arrows once more. He bashes, but I live one bash, so I had to sack it, I believe. And the 1000 arrows in, but he switches out into Sabufini. Good play. As I arrows again. Here, my Sloking Galar has an easy switch in on Raining Kiss. I think I have one Future Sight here, I believe. And then I stay in. Then I Sludge Bomb. Oh, Scald, okay. I thought that since it was any choice item, I was all west, so I lived in one hit. So I just throw off a random scroll to catch maybe metal and burn it or sack Lando. I came out with my Zig here as the Busy came out, which I did a lot of damage. Then I sat it here. I thought, why not? Formosa came out. And Feeney also came out. So I think I doubled out back into, I sat my Zigguard here. Or I don't do Bulu here. Zigguard here, okay. I was worried about the Skull burn on the Bulu. Bulu was quite good in the game, so that's why I started Zigguard. And then went into match for Bulu. Lando came out as a sack, as I SV'd here. Yeah. And the Horn reached. Rocks didn't matter as much at all, but I had dual boots with the Regenerator, so it was whatever. After catapult, so I went to my Mandibles on the flamethrower. Then I doubled into my Sloking, or was it Formosa? Oh, I knocked here, okay. Then I roosted, I believe then. Yeah, I roosted here. And he should have, I don't know if he didn't have it or whatever, but I think Soba was a play there. I guess he didn't have it, but that would be weird really. But I take those. So he went to his bull Tapu Fini here. As the draining cases me, which is whatever. I didn't need the health on my Mandibles as such. So here I think I go into my Slogan Galar. And I think I double. Which side here? Yeah, I double Formosa. At this point I was short for Scarf, so I just got out of there, go back into my Sloking, AV, ate up really hard. Then I think I went back into Formosa on the double. CC was free, so I just CC'd here. CC'd into, I think, Poison Shot to kill it off. And now Formosa just won the game with the speed boost. It outsped Catapult. I triple axle here to kill it off. Now CC just cleans. So yeah, that's how game 1 went down, and a good win for my team. Two, and game over. Game 2, he brought offense, and what I had brought was a heavy duty boots, SD Toad, Edge, Earthquake, Garchomp, Sub CM, Primarina, defensive Mandibles, Speed F, Heatran, Life Orb, 3 attacks, Root with Roost, Tapu Koko, and a defensive Tangrowth. Now, seeing this team, of course, it was quite the offensive team. So, I led my way Tangrowth here, hoping to powder something. But I should have realized that this would be a taunt variant summary because it was Suicide Lead. And Suicide Leads usually run this set as compared to... They usually run Stealth Rock, Spikes, Roost, or Taunt or something like that. So yeah, I should have seen that coming. I think I go into my Tapu Koko here. I have no idea why I thought that he would make plays because he was obviously going to, sack his Kamari here to set up his hazards. So I don't know why I did the plays that I made and why he taunted and why did he taunt or when he did it make. So I just Mammoth Storm here, kill it off. I had to be very, very, very careful of the Magiana, who was most than likely weakness policy setup variant. And I had to also be very careful of Holucha, who could easily swipe me if Tapu Koko was weakened. So I go into Zigguard here. I think I go into my Primarina. Yeah. As he subbed. 1000 arrows did a lot of damage, but I still was just a bit shy of the KO. I think he went for the roll here, which he didn't get. So I live easily, not easily, but just 1%. And kill Zigguard, a bit threat out of the game. Out came Rillaboom to U-turn out. So I think I'm going to my Mandibles here on the U-turn. Out came Holucha. I wanted toxicity if possible. I did not think it would be sub-variant. But it did turn out to be a taunt variant. so I could not toxic it. So I went hard into my Tapu Koko. And as he SD'd up, he close combats. I live again with one with low HP, but I do manage to live and kill it off with Dazzling Gleam. I died to Life of Directory Recoil, which is fine. Out of Gillicky. He boomed on my Dark Jump, which I did not. Which maybe might be the right play because Magiana, I believe, lives from Dark Jump if invested, and which would result in him getting his boost, weakness policy, but then he would shift gear and then sweep me. No, not sweep me because unless it's Fortress Blast, it can't sweep me. So yeah, out came Villaboom. I think I sat. No, I went Tangrowth on the U-turn. Then came on Magiana. I believe I knocked it off. Knock off its weakness policy. Or attempt to. No, I sleep out it. Okay. Now I sacked my Primarina to the rocks. Huh? Or was it late? I was late on the game. My apologies. I knew he would U-turn again. I think knock off here. Yeah, knock off was free here because it knocked off the band and the weakness policy, which is very nice. Now, yeah, now I sacked my Primarina on the Aura Sphere, I think. Yeah. Then I go into my hit run. Now I had to hit a Magma Storm, which was. It's 70%, but hit more often than not for me. So yeah, it was nice. I hit my Magma Storm. I live an Aura Sphere because I was max speed F. So yeah, easily lived it and Earth powered it to kill it off. Now Tangrowth just sat on this Villaboom right here and just sat Tangrowth and Mandibuzz. So yeah, it was just went to Mandibuzz, roosted off to some health, toxicate, foul plate, yeah, game over. So yes, these were the games of my current tours that I am in. The LC World Cup is starting soon, so I'll be posting my games for that as well. The PO World Cup V2 is up as well. I'll be playing Snyder, who again is a tournament player, a very well-known player and a very good player. So yeah, I'm trying my best to build some good teams against to match up to him. So yes, that would be the end for this video. Thank you for watching, and yeah, keep an eye out for the next one when I did some other video for the tournament games that I play. So yes, thank you for watching. Goodbye, peace.